No, Karen, you're not getting a 20% discount this time or ever again. Not sure if I can make this short, but I'll try. Also, let me know if this is more suitable for r/petty revenge. I apologize if this doesn't belong here. I work at a restaurant that is a part of a country club. Members pay $45K initial fee, plus $500 a month for their membership. Attached to the club is a nice resort with approximately 600 rooms. People will charge their bills either to their member account or to their room number. Members get a 20% discount. Resort guests don't get a discount. Karen lives at a resort permanently, always charges her bill to her room, XXX number, but demands a member discount saying she is a member. Our manager said to give her a discount just so she can leave him alone. When Karen comes to eat at our restaurant, there is always a problem. Either there's a hair in her food that turns out to be a thread from a lemongrass dressing, or her wine is too warm, / her salmon is undercooked, / her salad has whittled from a hot chicken. Karen always wants free crap, and she used to always get it, up until I became in charge. This one night I was serving her. Busy night, all of us are in the weeds, running around like crazy. Karen shows up with a friend. As always, Karen makes smart-ass comments as she knows better than us. Demands Cabernet from Argentina. I tell her we only have Malbec from Argentina. I haven't heard of a cab from there, as it's known for its Malbecs. She laughs at me and asks for a menu to prove me wrong. I bring the menu, she reads it and says, "Oh, I meant Malbec." Okay, lady, cool story. Then her friend wants a salad from a dinner menu as her side salad to a main course. I say that a side salad is just a garden salad. If you want to upgrade to one of our specialty salads, it's an upgrade, and I'll have to charge for it separately. Karen starts arguing, and I tell her I'll just add another $2 for an upgrade instead of charging her a whole $12 for that salad. Despite being in the weeds, I made sure to come back to them more often because I know what a particular guest she is. At the end, she says what a great service I've provided and tips me 10% instead of 20% plus I get from virtually everyone else. Despite the fact I didn't charge her another $10 and that I gave her a 20% membership discount before she asked for it, and she also said she liked the service, that's when I said no more. I'm actually a bartender. Therefore, I'm in charge when the manager is not there. Now that he quit, it's only me and another bartender that are in charge of front of house until we get a new manager. Every member of the staff is sick and tired of Karen because we all had the pleasure to serve her. I told everyone not to give her a discount anymore and refer her to me if she protests. Sure enough, next time she comes in, there is something wrong with her salad. She wants it off the bill. We refuse. Her Sauvignon Blanc is again too warm, even though it came straight from the cooler and into a chilled glass. Then she wants her membership discount and writes down her room number. Server asks for her membership number, but she won't give it to him, and she says she is a member. And that's when I step in. I say, "Ma'am, we will be glad to take 20% off your bill if you can provide your 4-digit number for your member account so we can tie to something." She goes, "My boyfriend has an account and I don't know the number, and he's not answering my texts." I say, "Not a problem. I can look him up by his name." She mumbles a name that I can't hear. I ask her to write it down, and she scribbles something on a coaster. I say, "Ma'am, I can't read this, and if I can't find it, I can't give you a discount." So she gives me a made-up name, Thomas Jake. Okay. I punch this name into a system multiple different ways, and there's no such person. Figures. I know all the members by name, and I don't know this guy. I go back and tell her I couldn't find him, and if she gets his account number from him, I'll try that. She scuffs and says that she will pay the bill in full, this time leaving her server a 0 tip. Now, I know it's petty of me to seek revenge over a 10% tip, because she did tip me, and I should be grateful for anything, But it angers me that she demanded a member discount every time. Members paid over $45,000 to get that discount, but she wants it for free. At the end of the day, she wasn't supposed to get a discount at all. Plus, she was always mean to her servers and always wanted freebies, which is the type of a customer we dislike the most in a restaurant business. The restaurant actually lost money by having her, so she didn't do us any favors by coming in. We all hope she is never coming back. All I did was follow the rules. So after she's getting this discount and stuff for free, you would think she would turn around and be nice to the employees, so at least she got to keep her discount. She was really pushing the envelope. It was just a matter of time. Also, apologies for any of the words I may have mispronounced. Kinda just looked it up on the spot. New company ignores the old hands. Expensive disasters ensue. This happened a few decades ago at a plant complex involved in national defense work. The existing contractor decided to leave when the contract expired, and a new company came in. Of course, new company's manager came in with the attitude, "This place is a mess. We're gonna run it our way, which is the only way." Needless to say, this attitude did not sit well with many of the long-term employees. They knew their stuff quite well, especially the site-specific knowledge needed to keep the plant running. One of the things new company wanted to change early on were the standard operating procedures plant-wide, because the written procedures inherited from old company did not comply with the style used by new company. To this end, they brought in a bunch of technical writers to rewrite the procedures the right way. However, none of them had any knowledge in the specifics regarding the procedures they were rewriting, and had no access to the areas the procedures applied to, as they didn't have any security clearance. Took 9+ months to get them at the time. One of the most important procedures, which was rewritten, covered power outages in a production building, handling some really hazardous stuff, which required glove boxes, controlled air circulation patterns, massive HVAC air filtration, etc. When new company's tech writers finished the procedure, they handed it off to the building engineers, all of whom had at least 20 years experience, and scheduled a test of the system, simulating a power loss and bringing the emergency generators online to power the building. The old-timers looked the new revised procedure over and noticed some glaring errors. They notified their bosses at new company, only to be told that the procedure was fine as written and their input was unnecessary. When the test was run, it got to a point where the building engineers asked again, "Are you sure you want us to do this?" and were told to comply with the new procedure to the letter. They did as they were told, and shortly afterwards, there were some nasty sounds from the generators, a few scary electrical arcs, and the generators became a few tons worth of scrap metal. New company management was livid, looking everywhere for someone to blame, not finding anyone. They decided that it was some sort of subtle sabotage on the part of the building engineers. For the retest after the backup power system was rebuilt, at the cost of $1 million or so, they decided to post a new company manager at the elbow of every employee involved in the test, to ensure that the procedure was followed exactly to the letter. The building engineers again expressed their misgivings, but complied with their orders, as they had been given dire threats about what would happen to them if they deviated in any way from the procedure. Despite the micromanagement, the test had exactly the same outcome as the first one. Dramatic arcs, bad noises for right equipment, and another $1 million layout to fix everything. The postmortem on the second test established that the procedure had indeed been followed exactly with no divergence from anywhere. Faced with this, new company managers finally went back to the building engineers, whom they'd been blaming for the failures, to solicit their input. It seems that the core problem was what they tried to tell new company managers at the outset. A critical step was being omitted, one which specified that both generators had to have their output in phase with each other prior to bringing them online. Connecting a pair of multi-kilovolt 3-phase backup generators out of phase is guaranteed to be an expensive light show. The procedure was quietly rewritten with the input of the building engineers, and the third test went flawlessly. New company had all sorts of problems there due to their attitude. They chased out the most experienced people who knew the what, why, how, and when of the plant, and ended up begging many to come back as independent contractors who charged some exorbitant hourly rates. If there is one thing we can take away from the malicious compliance subreddit more than anything else, it's trust people with experience, because if someone's been doing something longer than you, chances are they know it a bit better than you. Paying rent without a fee. Seeing a few posts about payments, I realized this story would be applicable. When we first moved to our apartment, a question came up about how we want to pay rent. They had a website with two choices, pay by card or pay by bank withdrawal. I picked pay by card and I filled out all the information online. On the last page, it said they'd be charging me a convenience fee of about $10 for doing this automatically. I then tried again for pay by bank withdrawal, filled out all the information, and once again, I got hit with that $10 convenience fee. I thought that was annoying, as I didn't want to keep paying an extra $10 every month for rent. The convenience is them automatically taking the money, instead of me manually writing up a check and giving it to them. So I looked up their address, went to my bank's bill pay page, and scheduled a reoccurring payment to that address every month. I ended up saving $10 every month for free. The inconvenience was passed to the apartment managers, who now have to open the mail and get my check every month. After a while of living there, I talked with a few neighbors who complained about having to pay this extra $10 all the time. I told them about this trick of paying automatically through the bank. Made them happy. You know, even though I read the title correctly, I still in my head for some reason thought it said paying rent without a free. So somehow in my jumbled brain, I thought they were going to be getting rent paid for free. Still a good story though. Alrighty guys, it's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed the stories. And if you did and you're new around here, maybe consider subscribing. And if you really liked it, maybe give it a thumbs up and a share. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.